Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We are from group 2. We are going to present about democracy. This is our members. First, let me introduce myself. My name is Davito from Department of Mechanical Engineering, NRP 500-720-1130.
My name is Fadjar Rheznandya from Materials Engineering Department with student registration number 5011201150.
My name is Kusumadjaja from Department Mechanical Engineering, NRP 5007201108.
And my name is Sihombing with NRP number of 500-720-1117.
The contents of this presentation include definition of democracy, Indonesian democracy based on Pancasila and 1945 Constitution, democracy in election, and our study case.
Okay, so before we go to the study case for our material. So we are going to start from the democracy itself, the meaning of democracy. The democracy have meaning of people's power. It comes from the Greek language, demos and kratos. And many people also have its own definition of democracy. First, from Abraham Lincoln, it states that democracy is a government of people, by the people, and of the people. And from our dictionary KBBI, we have our own definition itself. Democracy is a government where all people participate to rule by its intermediary.
Democracy in 1945 Constitution and Pancasila. Pancasila is generally democracy is a form of government in which all people have equal rights in a decision that can affect the lives of citizens. As in principle, democracy is something that comes from the people, by the people, and for the people. And 1945 Constitution is democracy as of government of the people in the sense that the people are the origin of the states of power, so that the people must participate in a government to realize their ideals. A government of the people must be in accordance with the philosophy of life of the people themselves, namely the philosophy of Pancasila, and this is the basis of the philosophy of Indonesian democracy. Democracy is stated in the 1945 Constitution apart from acknowledge the existence of freedom and equal rights, as well as acknowledging difference and diversity, considering that Indonesia is Bhinneka Tunggal Ika.
In a democratic country, general elections are one of the main pillars of an accumulation of people's will. Elections are at the same time a democratic procedure for choosing leaders. Believed to be the majority of civilized societies on this earth, elections are the most secure, self-changing mechanisms when compared with other ways. So, elections are the pillars of democracy. By popular choice of representatives, the representatives of the people were then given the mandate of people's sovereignty to run the country. The government has declared that it has a right to vote for leaders such as the president and vice president, members of the parliament, members of the DPD, and members of the DPRD. Through local elections called Pilkada, people also demonstrate sovereignty over governors and deputy governors, regents and vice governors, or mayors and mayors.
So we're gonna talk about our study case, the implementation of regional elections in December 2020. Will it accordance with the concept of Pancasila democracy and the 1945 Constitution? So in 2020, there are 270 regions consisting of 9 provinces, 224 districts, and 37 cities that will hold regional election. The regional elections was held at 9th December 2020. So which sila is manifested in the region election? It is the fourth sila, which is kerakyatan yang dipimpin oleh hikmat kebijaksanaan dalam permusyawaratan perwakilan. The election of regional heads or regional elections is one of the implementation of democracy according to Pancasila. The value of Pancasila represented is the four principle of Pancasila, namely people led by wisdom in deliberation or representation. This indicates the meaning of deliberation. As for the wisdom of hearsay, in the sense of a social condition that displays the way the people think in a more higher state, as a nation and free themselves and the shackles of thought based on groups and certain narrow flows. So regional election principles in COVID-19 pandemic. There are several principles that Bawaslu member Ahmad Bagja explained the implementation of the regional election due to COVID-19 pandemic. The first one is the protection of maximum life and health security for all parties involved, ranging from upstream to downstream stages of the regional elections. The availability of an adaptive but accountable legal framework in the implementation of regional elections. The third one is the budget support and logistics are timely. And the last one is commitment of all parties to maintain the sustainability of the election stage that is honest, fair, and democratic even in the midst of a pandemic. The implementation of regional election during the COVID-19 pandemic must continue to carry out the principle of elections as stipulated in Law Number 7 of 2017 on general elections. This is to minimize the potential for malpractice in the 2020 elections during the COVID-19 pandemic. It is affirmed in the electoral law that elections are conducted on the basis of direct, general, free, confidential, honest, and fair principles, or also known as luber jurdil. In addition, the organizing of elections must be principled independent, honest, fairness, legal certainty, orderly, open, proportionality, professionals, accountable, effective, and efficient.
So now I'm going to ask about the opinion from an expert, which he is an expert in law. He's a lawyer about the case that happened recently, which it is the election. Baik, Pak, sekarang saya akan bertanya beberapa hal mengenai pilkada yang terjadi kemarin di tengah pandemi. Pertanyaan pertama saya, apakah Bapak setuju akan pelaksanaan pilkada yang dilaksanakan saat pandemi beberapa saat lalu?
Oke, saya akan jawab ya. Intinya bahwa saya setuju pilkada tetap dilakukan pada saat pandemi, karena berdasarkan perintah undang-undang sesuai dengan waktunya, pilkada harus tetap dilakukan setiap 5 tahun sekali untuk memilih kepala daerah di provinsi maupun kabupaten dan kota. Akan tetapi tetap dengan protokol kesehatan yang ketat, yaitu 3M. Begitu jawaban saya.
Baiklah, terima kasih Pak. Kalau begitu lanjut ke pertanyaan berikutnya, apakah pelaksanaan serta persiapan pilkada yang terjadi kemarin sudah baik?
Oke. Sebenarnya masih menyambung kepada pertanyaan yang pertama. Banyak hal yang sudah disampaikan oleh masyarakat ataupun beberapa golongan agar pilkada ditunda. Akan tetapi pemerintahan pusat dan KPU sehingga persiapan pilkada tersebut sudah saya lihat dipersiapkan dengan sangat baik.
Baik, pertanyaan terakhir dari saya, apakah pilkada tersebut sudah mencerminkan demokrasi Pancasila yang berdasarkan demokrasi Indonesia maksud saya yang berdasarkan Pancasila dan UUD 1945?
Ya, terima kasih. Dengan tetap dijalankan pilkada tersebut sudah mencerminkan demokrasi Indonesia. Sekalipun kampanye-kampanye tidak bisa dilakukan seperti dilakukan sebelum pandemi, akan tetapi program-program dari calon-calon kepala daerah tersebut sudah disampaikan ke masyarakat melalui media-media yang ada, dan hal itu sudah mencerminkan atau sudah sesuai dengan Pancasila dan Undang-Undang Dasar 1945. Terima kasih.
Terima kasih Pak atas jawabannya. That's all for the interview. Thank you.
Thank you for watching our presentation. If there's something wrong about our presentation and the way our saying, I'm sorry. And wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.